In all my excitement, I forgot to end and say, see, Jesus is for everybody. And there's more of that next Sunday, because it's Holy Humor Sunday again. So bring your jokes. Well, joy is certainly not hidden today. Hallelujah, Christ is risen.
Hallelujah, Christ is risen.
The past 6 Sundays during Lent, I've been hiding joy throughout the worship place on little sticky notes here and there for us to find. But today, joy fills the sanctuary. It's reflected in the flowers, the music, and all the people and their pretty clothes, and all the wonderful people here today. Even the gospel reading today, joy can't be hidden or shaken. The earthquake and the angel who came to roll away the stone may have scared the guards into a death-like coma, but not the women. After hearing the good news from the angel, the women go and tell the other disciples as the angel told them to do. Quickly, yes, with fear, but also with great joy. Fear cannot overcome or hide this joy. This joy is resurrection joy, and it is great news for all who fear or just have that kind of anxious, gnawing, foreboding sense that all is not well and may turn worse at any moment. This resurrection joy moves people forward, filled with hope and much more, filled with life. And this joy is not only for Easter Sunday. We are to live forever in the joy of the resurrection. You see, the joy of the resurrection does not start at some yet-to-be-defined, determined date in the future. The joy of the resurrection starts here and now. It starts here and now every day. Seriously, when does forever begin? It has to include today. Or it wouldn't be forever. It would be in the future. So if today isn't part of forever, and it's tomorrow is when forever starts, then it wouldn't be forever, it would be the future. Forever is today and every day. And no fear can hide or overcome this joy of resurrection. Sure, you can be afraid at times, and you will. But even when you are afraid, like the women at Jesus' tomb, the great resurrection joy is still there. This year, as I'm reading this, I noticed the words of the angel to the woman at the tomb. He is not here. The angel tells the women, Jesus is not here. Lately, many people, including myself, have needed to be reassured that Jesus is always with us. Maybe that's why these words, he's not here, leapt off the page. Of course, that's the whole point of the resurrection, right? Jesus is no longer in the tomb. He's not there. So obviously, Jesus would be gone. But as you know, this isn't the end of the story. In the moment of that great emotional confusion that the women must have felt, for they've just witnessed the joy and then the news and the desire to share it quickly with their friends, suddenly Jesus is there. Jesus is with them, and he promises to go ahead of them. This is the joy of the resurrection. Jesus is here. Those words of the angel to the women of the tomb, he is not here, is just the beginning of the resurrection joy. And it means that Jesus is here, right now. How can I possibly know with certainty that this is true? Because Jesus still draws us together to worship. Because the joy of the resurrection still brings us to come and see and sends us to go and tell. Because the story doesn't end at the empty tomb. The women go and tell others and meet Jesus. The disciples gather in a room to talk about all that happened and see Jesus. The disciples go out to fish, not sure of what comes next, and see Jesus and their lives are transformed. A man, Paul, was a Pharisee arresting Christians to be killed, sees Jesus and goes transformed. Countless lives of saints encounter Jesus in their lives and are transformed. Even attorneys encounter Jesus and become pastors. Each and every day, people encounter Jesus through the actions of Christians like you, and their lives are transformed. And that might be the most important part of the joy of the resurrection. It's something we get to share. It's something we want to share, and when we share it, it grows and continues to transform lives. The angel told the women, "Come and see, and then go and tell." Jesus appeared to the women for them to see, and then Jesus tells them to go and tell. You all came here today to see, and soon you too will go out these doors to go and tell. And what was true that first Easter morning is true today. Do not be afraid, for Jesus does go out ahead of you and is with you forever, which begins today.